Praise God, brethren. I'm Charimpa Nancy Monica, the student that we've been sponsoring at Uganda Christian University. I'm humbly extending my sincere gratitude to my sponsors, Riris and Humphreys, through the Financial Aid Department at UCU. Thank you very much, Riris and Humphreys, for sponsoring my education and helping me realize my dream. My family and I will forever be indebted to you, and we promise to always pass it forward. Maya Angelou said, and I quote, I have learned that people forget what you said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never ever forget how you made them feel. You have made me feel special and wanted. You have helped me discover the values that had kept hidden in me. You have helped me discover the talents that God created within me. And I'm stepping into the world to serve other people in and outside my community. In my community and the communities around, the lockdown has created great problems, very many challenges, physically, socially, spiritually, economically, emotionally. And I've interacted with different groups of women, school going and out of school children, and these are some of the challenges that we must keep addressing. And among them is domestic violence. Domestic violence has has become a very big problem, and many teenagers and adolescents are running away from homes because of that. And when the schools open, we will not report back the same way. These will not be able to report back. The economic fatigue has also led to increase of women and child-headed families. Why? Because very many men have run away from their homes, and yet in their homes there is a lot of land that is keeping idle and is not being tilled. And personally, I've liaised with the education office at the district and some of the organizations, the local organizations on ground, to seek solutions, at least to reduce some of these challenges. And among the solutions that I'm taking forward, it is awakening talks about parenting and guidance and counseling. We need also to teach parents how to talk to their children, because it is a very big problem behind there. Strengthening laws against defilement, violence in homes, and improving agriculture, and at least make sure that in a family, in a home, each child they have personal gardens that can keep them busy and responsible. And personally, I've also discovered another solution: robbing for fruit trees, making sure that each family, or some of the schools in our community, they have planted fruits like mangoes, oranges, lemon, pawpaw, passion fruits, among others. And through the district agriculture office and the household and community empowerment office in the diocese of Chinchizi, these fruits can easily be gotten and delivered to different communities. And this will help families plant the fruits in their compound as compound flowers, increase nutrition both in schools and in the homes. The schools can have fruit gardens and, enjoy those fruits in the school. Having health talks like hygiene, the problems involved in early sexual activities, the dangers of alcoholism, among others, and the importance of education and patience while waiting for schools to open is also another big solution, another big event that we should really go for. And maybe holding meetings with parents about elusive talks, the way they talk, the way they fight, the idleness at home when children are present. It is really affecting them psychologically, emotionally, and in many other ways. And My wish is one day to make a bigger difference in the education sector, in the education system, in our homes where our children are coming from. I wish I could be able to make that difference. The bigger, I will make a difference, but the bigger impact in the education sector, maybe through being among the policymakers that decide what affects the children both and outside school. I know that I have the passion, I have the ambition, I have the faith and the will, the optimism to do that, to be a shaker and a changer in our communities. I'm very compassionate, especially in fighting for innocent souls. That one, I've, uh, I've, I've really been trying it a lot. And so far, I've personally lobbied for fruit trees. Very many fruit trees. I lobbied for 10,000 mangoes and 10,000 orange trees through the diocesan office, the diocesan development office. And I took them to Chembe Community Secondary School. The secondary school I've been putting in reports which we mobilized our community to build. Uh, there was no secondary school in the whole community for a very long time. And it is a very big community. It has just been given a sub-county. There was no secondary school. Others were in a longer distance. And we mobilized the community, the whole community. Each family was involved. And we got land from the sub-county. We constructed that school there through community effort. And already they have planted 1 acre of mango trees and orange trees. And that school is going to be a model school in the whole sub-county. Other schools will come to learn how to make that garden. And the garden is already looking very beautiful. The plants are growing very well. And I believe that when schools open, this will be a model, not only a model farm, but it will also create a shed for the children. Those who want to go and do private study, read their books, they can sit under the shed. And when fruits are there, they can eat the fruits and it helps in their nutrition. And some of the students mobilize themselves. They are the ones who planted these trees. And those who mobilized themselves and decided to take care of the same trees, they also took 2 or 3 trees each, 2 or 3 fruits, mango trees, 2 or 3 orange trees in their homes. And to also plant them and be responsible for them. And once schools open, we are going to make a program where we can volunteer to go and inspect how they are taking care of those fruit trees in their homes, so that other students can also, borrow a leaf and go and plant them. They can eat them, they can sell them. It can be a very good garden even to look at. Maybe once this is done and it is already successful, we can transfer it in many other schools. I think when schools open, we shall be able to sell this idea to many other schools in and outside our communities. I just pray that God continues to open doors for us, for me, so that I'm able to plan for our communities and set a good background for education for all, for discipline, encourage the children to be responsible in very many fields, etc. And uh, improving agriculture, different gardens, home gardens for different children, as we'll be seeing through the photos that will be moving around. Briefly, allow me take you through my compound so that you realize that what I'm talking about is possible, since our land can really accommodate them without being too expensive. They do not need a lot of maybe taking care of financially. No, you can take care of them locally and they can be able to give you enough fruits that you want. Allow me take you through my compound to see all the trees that we have planted in our own compound. And this is the message that I'm taking in the schools, that I'm taking in the communities, that is going to come out and help us in the future. This tree that you're seeing here, this is a guava tree, a guava plant, and these are apples that are growing direct in the compound. And when we here we can see the mangoes that are already, the fruits are already there, though they are not yet ripe. And when we take this direction, we can see the apples. You can see the apples in the compound. They are not only fruits to eat, but they are also creating shade. The apples here, as you can see, the fruits are there. Very soon we shall start harvesting. Behind me are the orange trees. As you can see, there are a few oranges in there. And when we continue, we see the lemon and the matoke behind. I love it so much. Down here, the mango trees in the compound, and we've already harvested there twice. Though they are not very many, but at least when we are harvesting, we get visitors. People can eat fruits from our own gardens. And this is the message that I'm taking to the communities, the message that I'm taking to the schools. Like we have already started that in Ichembe Community Secondary School. Thank you very much for sponsoring me again. And I pray that our relationship will continue. And when you look at the pictures behind, you keep seeing we have many the gardens. The children that we stay with, they are also planting their own gardens. The garden of tomatoes, the garden of onions, and many other things. So if it is possible here in my home, it can be possible in schools, school gardens. It can also be possible in the community. And when we increase our nutrition and we keep our children busy, they can wait, they can be patient enough to look at education in a very positive perspective. Thank you very much.